Hey guys, thanks for joining us again here at NYC Chat Room with Tiffany and Lauren. Today we're going to be doing what we're calling now Cyber Talk instead of Cyber Monday. We're going to switch it up a little bit for you.
Because we never post on Monday.
Yeah, so we're going to just leave it at Cyber Talk.
We're going to hang that up.
So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Please do. And yeah, let us know what you think about the topics. All right, so first we're going to get started with the whole Howard University, debacle of having people bring their dogs. I'm not going to just say people. It looks like the gentrification of the area where the white people are coming in and having their dogs walk on the lawn.
Howard University is a private school, although parts of its campus are intertwined with the district. Several neighborhoods surrounding Howard have undergone recent redevelopment, attracting new, wealthy residents. Residents and students say have shown disregard for the yard's historical significance.
Apparently there's parks around the area that can be used. Now
they're just being lazy.
Yeah, and feeling like now that this is, they've moved into the area, they can just take over the whole thing. So here's my whole, because they interviewed some of the people in the area, and they were all giving their ideas, and then there was this one guy who stated, if they don't like it, then just move the campus.
They're in part of DC, so they have to work within DC. If they don't want to be within DC, then move the campus. I think we need to work together, and I don't think it should be a he or they or here. It's our community, and that's how it should be.
It's all of our areas. It's not a them thing or a us thing. Yes, it is. Okay? Because Howard University is a historically black college. The history of historically black colleges was something that had to be started because they weren't welcomed into other colleges. So they had to be mostly in poorer areas. A lot of the campuses are. Yeah. That's where most of the campuses are for black colleges.
And I considered Howard University when I was applying to colleges. And what deterred me from both Howard and Temple University was that it was just like I was cautioned that as soon as you stepped off the campus that you were going to be in the hood.
It's true.
And I was just nervous that, I don't want to be watching my back and all of that. So that deterred me from applying, sadly. But now I guess that others are coming into the neighborhood. They're trying to pretty much just stake their claim on the campus to be able to walk through and walk their dogs and hang out. And you need to respect the fact that that is territory that has been.
That's like
for him to talk about moving the
territory,
campus.
right?
Like, I want to see his birth certificate. Is he a DC native? Because for him to talk about if you don't like it, move their campus.
Right.
What
the yard
claim
is
do you
the
have?
yard of that's like the heart of most black colleges is the yard area.
Right.
That's the whole thing. When I started out college, I went to Tuskegee University in Tuskegee, Alabama. That is the most countryest area of like that place. But that's what it was. It was in a poor neighborhood because that's how black colleges had to start.
And so there was another college that we visited in New Orleans that was historically black, and it was in the middle of the community.
Yeah.
And that was something that was important to them to keep, to make it accessible to the people they were their audience, their prospective students.
Right. So how dare you move into a neighborhood and tell them what they need to do with their campus? I think it was also an issue with music being played. They wanted the music lowered or they wanted the music stopped because it was bothering them in the neighborhood. Like, that's not how you move into someone's, area or their neighborhood. Because we see it in all, like we're out here in New York. We saw it happen with Harlem. We saw it happen with Brooklyn. And now we're in Queens. We see it happening in Queens in our area as well, where, they're moving in. A lot of the people who do live in the neighborhood or who do have more rent controlled, we see the rent skyrocketing in the areas. So it's not just about moving in or you need to do this or you need to respect where you're coming to.
If you use Queens as an example, I was born and raised here. So there's certain things that we've come to know as part of the culture of the neighborhoods that we grew up in around here. There are certain Caribbean folks that will have a party till 5 in the morning on a summer's eve. Right. Okay. So you can't come from Park Slope or from Kansas and come in and tell me, well, if you want to play that music, why don't you move, bitch? I was born here.
Right.
And I feel like the campus has the same, it's like that is long standing. You brought your funky ass to DC with your hipster beard, telling people to move.
Right.
Go back to where you came from.
Right. And I do think this university did implement something now, which is something they didn't have to before, because the community just respected the area. It was never off limits for the community to be able to come onto the campus, but it was respected. You know,
I find that is the attitude of, let's just call them the gentrification set.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get any more specific than that.
Right.
They want to come in and do whatever they want and then say, but you don't do this because I pay bills. Well, we pay bills too.
Right.
Okay, those
we
people
pay
tuition. We pay all of that. You can't survive without paying things.
Right.
So, you know, they just want to say, well, this is what I want and I don't want to see any of that. So let's get rid of that and bring in some of what I have to. Like, no, go back to where you're comfortable.
Show some respect. That's it. Like, if you coming into the neighborhood, you know, with this whole change that's happening, respect it. Right. Respect the neighborhood.
Because
there's nothing wrong with
the collective
change.
We. I'm not from DC. I didn't go to Howard University, but when I say we, I mean the people who have established certain areas, the minorities who have lived and grown in certain communities. You can't come in and then just tell us how to live, to turn our music down and walk your dogs all over our institutions.
That is so disrespectful. Having your dog just shit on people's, like, what is wrong with you? So, yeah. On that story, y'all can miss us with the bullshit. So, Howard University, I'm glad there was something implemented of the college and the yard.
Reestablish those boundaries.
Yeah, just let y'all know, like, listen, you coming here.
Right.
So, that's how it's going to be.
Right.
So, I just want to touch on that little story there.
You got emotional on that.
I did, because that pissed me off. Okay.
His attitude. I wanted to throw something at him.
I did.
When he said that.
Move campus.
I didn't move that. Move
your ass.
As opposed to one human being, you want a whole fucking campus.
Take your house and move. How
you
about
and your
that?
funky ass dog. Go back to Kansas.
You got some damn nerves. Ooh, y'all be so bold.
So next we're going to talk about Kim Kardashian and her legal pursuits, including her interest in pursuing law. People are acting like she's her father was a lawyer. So even though we know her for the fuck shit, she is kind of a legacy in that regard in terms of law. I don't like the Kardashians and what they stand for because they have no talent. They just pretty much have made careers off of appropriating black culture. That's how I feel. Black features, black style, you know, the whole urban thing. They pretty much are inspired by black women. In Kim Kardashian's case, so I have to say that I feel like her pursuit when it comes to legal reform of the criminal justice system is a little bit of paying back to the community that she thrives off of sucking the blood out of. Yeah. So I felt a little warm and fuzzy reading about some of her pursuits and some of her she's using her platform to help these people. Yeah. And if she really becomes a lawyer, like, I think that's a good move because it's about time she's making meaning out of her life as opposed to just being like pretty much a porn star.
Okay. I mean, so my stance on it is I am happy that she's, you know, using her platform to do some good, you know, in a community like she said that they have, you know, really tried to, you know, get their claws in pretty much.
Right.
So I respect that aspect of it. You know, I don't knock her for doing good. I thank her for that. This whole becoming a lawyer thing, my thing is, if you want to become a lawyer, just do it the traditional way.
How is she doing it? I didn't really follow.
She is doing an apprenticeship under lawyers, and that's how she's becoming a lawyer. She's not going to law school. She's not she's going to take the bar exam in 4 years, supposedly. I don't think she's going to last that long to take no bar exam in 4 years. But supposedly she's just working under lawyers and shadowing them, supposedly, to get to become a lawyer. Apparently in California, that's still something that could be done. My thing is, that workaround shit. Like, if you want to become a lawyer and you're so dedicated to it, take your ass to law school. I don't know if she ever went to college. Go to college, get a degree, go to law school.
I think the little rude one, she's the only one that has a college degree.
Yes. Oh, yeah, okay.
Not little in terms of size.
Oh, okay, yeah, Courtney.
The little rude one.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Courtney isn't rude. She's the one with the white baby daddy.
Yeah, she's rude. What?
Is she?
She's fucking rude.
Oh.
What do you mean?
I never got that from her.
They'll be like, oh, my honey. They're like, first of all, shut your fucking face.
Oh, to them, she's rude.
Yeah, she's
okay.
such a bitch.
She is. That's because they be trying Courtney. They
do?
really do. They be trying her because she she likes being a mom, and they be trying her with her mom and stuff. She be like, I don't want to be out here at award shows and bullshit. I want to be a mom. So they be getting on her about that, but.
I remember when they talked about the story when Bruce came in, she was like, I wore all black for 3 months. Like, she's weird. Like, she's intense. So she's rude to me. Yeah.
But yeah, that whole thing with Kim, I can't respect it that way. Because I feel like, people who actually have become lawyers, that's a lot of work. Yeah. It's a lot of, time and effort. And my mom's a lawyer. So I remember as a kid, the studying until 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and then still raising me and it was a lot. So for Kim K to come here talking about, I'm just going to apprentice under so-and-so and become a lawyer, like, no, just keep doing good in the community. Just stick to that. We respect that. That's a good thing. Just stick to that. All right, so next we're talking about Game of Thrones, the final season.
It's final? Like, there's no more?
That's it. It's the final season.
Okay.
Of Game of Thrones, okay? We are I can't remember now. 3 episodes in, I think, so far. I get emotional each episode. The last one with the battle, and I know everybody, it was dark. It was dark as shit. We couldn't see who was dying, who was not. But what we did see, okay, is that Arya Stark came through in the clutch, okay? And she killed the Night King. We didn't see it coming. We thought it was going to be Jon Snow. Jon ass was getting fucked up by the dragon. He couldn't even make it to Bren, okay? The dragon that became the White Walker. You remember that? I was so hurt. Anybody else was hurt by the fact that the dragon became the White Walker, and he was like trying to kill Jon. But anyway, Jon was trying to get to the Night King because he was going towards Bren, who is the what the hell is he? The Raven, the 3-eyed Raven. So, but it turned out to be Arya, and now we see throughout the seasons that she was planning and she was training for that, because when she became the faceless person, I think that she became one of the White Walkers in order to get close to the Night King, in order to kill him. Somebody else was saying it's because she was able to tread lightly and not be heard that she was able to get closer. But I feel like the White Walkers would have sniffed her out if she was just walking, slowly. I think she became one of them in order to kill the Night King. So now we're waiting for the battle against Cersei at King's Landing. We haven't seen her too much in these last 2 episodes. So but we know that she is cooking up some. You gotta watch it. Other people are really getting into it. It's such a good show. But now we're waiting to see what's going on with Cersei, if she really is pregnant. And
it's like Jerry. Like,
what's happening? If Cersei's really pregnant, because she's sleeping with her brother. She's been sleeping with him the whole year, and the whole time they've known each other, and they had 3 kids. Well, all 3 kids ended up getting killed already. So now she's supposedly pregnant again, but she's making it seem like it's one of the other men that she's pregnant by, when really, most likely, she's pregnant by the brother again. If she really is pregnant, we don't know. So this is where we're at now with the. I'm just trying to figure out, what does anyone else think? I think now that Arya is like at the height and we all love her, I have a feeling we're gonna lose Arya, y'all. Like I just have a feeling she gonna die. I'm not ready for it, but I think that's what's gonna happen. I don't know who's gonna end up on the throne, but remember, there's still that stuff that Cersei used to kill everybody. The church, when she blew up everything with the stuff underneath the city, I think that she might use that again. But I guess we'll see. But I'm hurt it's ending. But they're coming out with a prequel, which is supposed to be hundreds of years before the people that we know now as the Game of Thrones. So that's going to be the new show. Hopefully it's the same thing, the same premise, but I can't wait.
I gotta watch an episode. I never have.
So good.
The passion in your voice.
Oh, so good. I can't. That's my Game of Thrones recap. Let me know what your synopsis is of what's gonna go happen, or what's gonna, who's gonna die.
This past weekend, I went to an Essence event. It was called Beauty Carnival, and it was something like a beauty con, something like that. Supposed to be something like that. So I went with my daughter. They had when we walked in, they had a VIP package. We didn't get that one. We got the regular entry for a Saturday, and I think they're gonna go to New Orleans next, and a lot of beauty people are gonna be there. I think Super Sense gonna be there and stuff like that.
I didn't know that.
So I was expecting things like that at this New York edition of their Beauty Carnival. So they had Seven Streeter was there, Ciara was there. There were a couple of YouTubers that Jackie Aina was there. But there weren't that many vendors and stuff like that. So I would say there were maybe like 10 vendors, and it was supposed to be Beauty Carnival. So I was expecting like beauty brands to come through.
Right.
Like,
especially if Essence is supposed to be hosting.
Right.
You would think it would be like a lot.
I was expecting Milani. I was expecting Color Drain.
Yeah.
Milani, I don't think is black, but they're in our neighborhoods. I don't know. I don't know if they're geared toward black people of color, but it seems to have an ethnic vibe to it.
Yeah, it does.
I was expecting Black Radiance to be there. Super Sense. She could make a trip to New York.
I know. I thought she was. I thought she would have. I know she was here like last month or something for something else.
She probably went to BeautyCon.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
A lot of these brands go to BeautyCon, and I was expecting all the black brands to come out. Yeah. Maybe Essence didn't promote, or
that's weird because they have the Essence Festival. I know that's something completely different, but that's huge,
right? And the vendors there wasn't one vendor that was just selling makeup. Like, okay, I could get this eyeliner or this. I think Essence had a little booth, but they were just selling random makeup, but it was nothing that you would want.
Right.
And it was such a limited selection, and no other vendors were selling makeups or makeup brand. Aveeno was there. Aveeno had a bunch of girls lotioning your hand. I'm like, yeah, all right. And they gave you a little baggie with these little mini Aveeno lotions, and everyone it was all about Instagram photo ops, which is cute if you're into that. But then the line to get on the photo op was just so long. They were cute. I guess that's what event planning is all about now, is having these little photo corners where you can pretend like you're in a fairy tale.
That seems to be really popping.
Yeah. So that's what Essence Beauty Carnival, there was clothing vendors that were bugging on prices. Beautiful work, but come on, $200 for a sweatshirt. They had super cute stuff, but these were not makeup brands. It was Beauty Carnival. And then I got to go on stage and be a model. That was cute, for a little makeup competition. My daughter kind of made fun of me because she said there was a moment when it was me and another lady, and the host was like, do a little something and I just sat there like this. I was like, I didn't hear that. So, but when I watched it back, I literally was like, this is awkward having a bunch of people staring at you.
So next we're going to talk about the homecoming Beyonce Netflix special, and also the whole thing with the Taylor Swift that just happened at the Billboard Awards. So everyone knows that Beyonce had her Netflix special. She also released some stuff on is it iTunes? Well, music streaming.
Apple Music.
Yeah, pretty much it was the same songs that we've already had.
I liked it though. I've been listening to the Homecoming Out soundtrack.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, hey, having that something about
that,
live music.
It always, her Coachella, that whole experience will always be amazing. That was amazing.
It was.
What she put
so
together.
Good.
Yeah, so that will always be, the
Netflix special, like, okay, so I think it depends on what degree of Beehive you are.
Mm-hmm.
It was so long.
Yeah.
So
like
I found myself skipping, like, okay, but it was so entertaining. But I'm just not up there on the Beehive scale to sit there and watch the whole thing minute for minute. But it was beautiful. The whole thing with Taylor Swift.
So
she's so whack. I just always found her to be very
yeah,
whack.
and it was very vanilla. It was so vanilla, and just so when she came out on that stage with her hand on her hip and she did that neck, like what are you doing? It looks so. I kept replaying it and laughing so hard. Like some people were saying, like, yes, we know Beyonce is not the first person to do the whole band thing, and they were like, oh, Taylor Swift been doing the band thing for years, like it. She needs to just tuck that away because there's no way that you can now do the band thing after Beyonce has done what she did. Or it was just too soon. Yeah. It was just too, and this is not the first time that people have compared her of what she tried to do to what Beyonce has already done with the Formation. Is it Formation video? Yes, where they were all in black. So again, they said Taylor Swift tried to, mimic what Beyonce has already done. But yeah, that whole thing with Taylor Swift and them giving her passes every 2 seconds, like, y'all need to stop it. Because you see what she does. She gives you all these lazy-ass moves when she gets on the stage. She definitely tries to appropriate black culture in a lot of what she does.
Because black people are very flavorful. Mm-hmm. And whenever they have their little cutlets, they just got to sprinkle some of us on there.
Right.
Just to make it pop. And, people buy it. And I feel like I can't really hate on them as much, the people who appropriate, is because I feel like their audience, other white people, they can't digest what us, like as us. So when they take us and they make it white, it's always been done. Remember back in the day when a black group would come out with the Supremes, and then they would have a white group come out and repurpose it.
It's true.
And it's like, now we can dance.
It's always been with every culture, and that's why even with now this whole thing with that young boy, not to get off topic, but that what's that song? That Old Town Road.
Oh, Old Town Road.
Old Town Road. They're saying that it's not country enough. Black people started country music. Like it's not a white thing. So for them to constantly say, like, and just take over what, black people have started or what black people have done, like, the shit it's annoying. I understand it sells, but it's annoying.
People regard Eminem as, like that. I feel like he came out to make rap digestible for white people. So it's like, now I can listen to this because I identify with it more.
Because before, white rappers were more
hokey.
Yeah, like the Beastie Boys, even though they were.
I love the Beastie Boys.
I do love them, but they weren't like, it
Vanilla
wasn't
Ice
street.
Was funny.
Right. So Eminem definitely made it more, like, hey, white people really have it hard too out here in these streets.
The white boy struggle.
Yes.
Okay.
7 Mile.
Mom spaghetti. Okay.
So yeah, they had to give their own Trailer Park version because that's what of the struggle. We respect it. I like Eminem. Eminem is very talented. He's very dark, but he's very talented.
I don't like his music. I don't.
I do think he's talented as far as
I think he's talented.
Yeah.
His music just makes me like my
it is very dark.
Turn it off.
Yeah.
But I'm not into the dark.
Yeah, back to the whole Taylor Swift. We went way off topic.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah, with the whole Taylor Swift thing, it wasn't good. And then the drummers, they weren't, I don't know where they came from, what school they're from, not to take away from their little talent, but it wasn't showcased. It didn't come off it didn't show off very well. So yeah, I didn't like it. The performance was not good for me.
I can't think of what I'm not a fan of hers.
I'm not at all either.
Remember her the stark contrast of her debut when she came out with that.
Yeah,
our song is
she was supposed to be like country, kind
she
of
was super country,
right?
And now she's just poppy.
Yeah, so like no, I'm not with.
I'm
the
not saying
Taylor
you can't
Swift
evolve
way.
and stuff like that. Because there are R&B singers who try to do country.
Yeah, and it's all about crossing over and being music is universal.
I'm making it sound like I don't like some of Taylor. I do love some of Taylor Swift's songs. She does have some good songs.
But I don't like her.
I don't like her as a person.
Yeah, I don't. I think she knows what she does.
Yeah.
And that's why I think at that time, remember when Kim K exposed her as being like a liar?
I think ever since then I just always felt like, oh,
yeah,
when she was trying to just drag this whole victim thing.
That whole I don't know what, I would never. And then it came out you a liar, girl. You a liar.
This was when Kanye said, to all the Southside niggas that know me best, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex.
Yeah, and she had the video.
That bitch famous,
right?
And then she was in her likeness was in the video, and she claimed, I'm so offended.
Yeah, I knew nothing
he keeps
about
on
it.
bullying me, and then Kim K pretty much
showed
showed
the receipts. She
and
pulled out the receipts, right? Because I think they knew she was going to do this bullshit. So kudos to them for that. Yeah. For that, I mean, her sneaky ways came out. So good for you. But yeah, I don't like Taylor Swift, and the performance I think sucked. That's just my take. Lastly, we're going to talk about the REMYMA and Brittany Taylor situation of Brittany Taylor getting a black eye out here in, was it Irving Plaza? I think it was Irving Plaza. I think it was right. Some shit always going down in Irving Plaza.
It was a benefit concert for people with cancer, and it started when we all became aware when Brittany Taylor went on Instagram and posted a silent video of her with a black eye, and the caption was something like, "Remy, why would you do this?" Yeah,
she was like, "Why did this happen?" Or why did this happen to me? Like, girl,
I can pull up 20 clips of why that happened to you.
And that's what people are saying.
Now.
I don't really know who this girl is, but apparently from just the comments of people, she talks a lot of shit out here in these streets.
So she was like a hood celebrity. She is from Harlem, and back when the whole Harlem Shakin' and chicken noodle soup. Yeah, that whole getting light, no music. She had a little. It wasn't even her song. All she said was, she was like, "Oh, please, you can't do the 5Gs." That was her, but no one knew who that was, and we didn't care. We just,
I didn't know. She had to tell me what it was.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Nobody was like, "Who is that girl? I must know." So, and then she was on Love and Hip Hop, and she was annoying, and she kept getting popped by Bianca.
That Bianca girl, she's been commenting a lot herself about it.
So she kept messing with the Bianca girl, and the Bianca girl kept popping her upside the head with a shoe every 2 seconds.
So basically she's a shit starter.
She's a huge shit starter.
So
she's always, I think she got into it with the other Britney from Love and Hip Hop, and they were in the car.
And people were saying apparently REMYMA has told her about her mouth a few times.
But the problem that I have and why people think I'm taking sides is because I can't sit around just listen to. You can't make threats to people. You can't say anything, and then when something happens to you, cry the victim. That's a lot of these bitches do that.
Now, on the show, she was because she was like, "Oh well, I said it was on site, but you didn't have to sneak me." And REMYMA was like, "If you say on site, you're not gonna tell me how I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm just gonna fuck you up. Don't sneak me, don't jump me." It was
on site is on site.
Exactly.
When
so
I
you tell me it's on site, and I take this whole light and throw it at you.
If you over there and I cite you, it's on site.
What part of on site did you not understand? You're the one that proclaimed we were on site status.
Right.
So if it's on site and I'm with my sister, okay, you might get your ass hooked. Okay.
And supposedly this had to do something with Remyma's stepdaughter. She said that she was trying to, let her know about some abusive relationship or get help. She helped the daughter get out of something of that nature. That is what started the whole altercation, and then Remy popped her in her eye, allegedly. Because now they're saying REMYMA's camp is saying that she was home when the incident happened. So we don't know what the real tea is, but I did see a picture with REMYMA with the ankle bracelet on. And then we saw her turn herself into court where she was able to bail herself out. But now REMYMA is still on probation. I think people are saying until August. So this could mess her up.
Put her back in
jail. And my thing is, it's like,
and she just had a baby.
Right.
Now I understand if you're beefing with someone, you may be the type of bitch that's like, I don't care. Oh well. But what I do know is this. When you're from certain neighborhoods and you live a certain lifestyle, there's no gray area. It's either you're about that or you're a law-abiding citizen. Right. And if you're a law-abiding citizen, then you shouldn't be talking about bitch on site. Be a law-abiding citizen. Now, if you're someone that's like, look, I don't want to fight you. I don't have a problem. You know, like you could even, maybe you're just a person who battles with words. But don't make the words violent if you're not about violence.
Right. If you're like, I don't want any problems, I've never wanted. If that has always been your spiel.
Even if you want a problem, because I know there are some people who don't fight and they'll say like they'll roast someone, but they'll never bring it to bitch. I'll smack fight out you when I see you.
Right.
Just take that out of your speech because some people are going to think like they're going to take that to the head.
Right.
So if you want to be like, oh, bitch, your shoes are, and your hair, and that's why your brother, if you want to just insult people, just take the violent part out if you're not about the violence. Now, if you are about the violence, okay, because I've gotten into fights in my younger years and never once did I actually ever think of calling police. Because once it's like an agreement. It's like, we're going to fight. And win, lose, or draw, that's what it's going to be. So
and you leave it alone. You take your lump and you keep it moving.
And if you ain't trying to keep it moving, then it's like, when I see her again.
I remember when, was it Basketball Wives? When Sunday got that clocked in her eye. She sat there at that dinner table while that shit was just pulsating.
A lot of these reality people,
she didn't say nothing about it.
Remember Jen, she got smacked in one show, and she was trying to pursue it, and they kicked her off the show for that.
Right.
Because that's kind of frowned upon to whatever happens in the show kind of stays in the show.
We handle it here.
Granted, they weren't filming when this took place, but just for her being a Harlem chick who runs around acting like she is a Harlem chick that fights. I'm not saying every chick in Harlem is a gangster, nor am I promoting being a gangster. I'm just saying be who the fuck you are.
Right.
If you are that, then you know there's a certain lifestyle.
And it didn't even seem like it was that serious. We don't even know really if that's actually what happened. But if that is the case, like, you know, this woman is trying to do better in, you know, her life or whatever. She has a baby. She had a family. She hasn't gotten into any mess with anyone at all, really, as far as any type of physical. You know, her and the Nicki Minaj thing or whatever, that was more of like, you know, battling lyrically, rap-wise. It wasn't anything
smart for
like
this
that.
Brittany Taylor either, because you are a rapper. You're not a country singer.
Yeah.
You're not
you messing up your
classical music musician. You are not a jazz musician. You are a rapper, and part of rapping is street credibility, and you have none because you're a rapper.
And even on reality TV too, like, who's gonna want to put you on their show if they know that you're gonna take this to the ends. As far as
that's mainly her
scenes
scenes on the show is, I'm here to see if this bitch wants to fight, and then
so you messy, and
you do that, and then if you fight, then you call the cops.
Yeah,
is that what you do?
So now you're just putting yourself out there. It's just a messy bitch, and nobody's gonna want to mess with you.
Who wants to see your? I know these people get their money through club appearances.
Nobody's gonna want to deal with you.
And reality shows.
Nobody's gonna want to deal with you.
Would Mona Scott Young really bring her back on the show? If she did, I would think it would make a TV, because she's so hated at this point.
Right.
That it's just like to just see her get dragged on TV. Figuratively, literally.
Yeah.
I just think that she's so corny.
It was just a stupid move to do this, and I really hope it doesn't mess REMYMA up in any type of way.
That's what makes it real, because outside of it being the legal ramifications for REMYMA, the whole thing is a joke, because she's a joke.
Right.
But you're really messing with how many years did she do in jail? A lot.
Like 6? Wasn't it like 6,
and she
7?
just had a baby.
Yeah.
So this is some real shit, and it's just so unfortunate.
Yeah, and I mean, yes, of course, if she did do it, yes, you take accountability for what you do, but come on now. Like,
I don't think she does. I don't think she does need to take accountability, because if you're sitting here like, bitch, you want to fight? When I see this
if it was
bitch,
like a mutual
if
fight,
I punch someone,
or I
who's
felt
talking
threatened,
like that, I'm not taking accountability. You begged me to punch you.
Yeah.
I don't think she needs to take accountability. Now, if you hit someone who's like, look, I don't want to fight you, boom, then it's like, okay, you're just a violent person.
Yeah.
But if we verbally agree that we are both about that life and we're willing to duke it out, and then you call the cops on me?
Yeah, you shady. So I wish REMYMA, the best in this situation. I hope it is rectified quickly, and I hope it doesn't affect anything or make her probation longer. I don't know if that's possible, but I hope it doesn't affect her anyway legally.
Probation would be better than spending a day in jail.
Again, yeah, like that would be messed up. So I guess we'll see how it plays out. She done hired all these lawyers, Rubenstein or Stein. No, the Britney girl. Yeah, so we'll see.
She might need some bodyguards. Move to Dallas or something.
Anyway, so that is it for us this week with Cyber Talk. Remember, we're changing it up. So thanks for joining us again for Cyber Talk. This is NYC Chat Room with Tiffany and Lauren. See you guys again next week.